Hey gang, this is Vicki Kelly with Golden Rule Trades. I want to show you the setups for today. We did not trade because it is Fed day, and not surprisingly, we had a megaphone set up that lasted over an hour, and so we've talked about that a zillion times. Let's go into the nitty gritty because this is the thing I want you to notice. When you begin following your rules concisely, accurately, and diligently, what you discover is that these patterns do work out. You just want them to be different than they are. By that, this is what I mean. So as you can see, our very first setup, by the time we would even have gotten into this, would have gone to our level here. Now, we would have wanted to bring this down here and hopefully make a little bit more. We would have wanted to, we would have wanted this to be something other than it was. But right there, and actually, yeah, that's not even quite a 3-point pattern. So we would definitely not have been happy with that. Maybe we'd have brought it there, but it doesn't matter. It still would not have triggered until it had already reached its pattern. So, but this one fulfilled itself before we could even get in if we were diligent and took the rules exactly as they are. And the same thing on this one. Again, if you took the least teeniest, tiniest there, when this did set up, it already got, by the time it confirmed, it was already into the profit zone. So when you turn around, now you're getting a little bit more ability. Same thing. By the time it confirmed, we were already in the profit zone. So if you were extremely conservative with where you drew your lines, it's 10 o'clock and you still have not had one trade. Now, again, we don't trade today because this is the kind of nonsense you get on days like today. And again, you know how to trade the megaphone. We've been over that 100 times. But then finally, when you were able to get a trade, you had it work and you were actually able to get in on it and make a few points. But again, you had to take the smallest increment possible and you wanted to get out as quickly as possible. Here was actually the line. And you would have been able to capture this and get, that's not so bad, about 13, 14 points. But it wasn't until if you tried to make this something other than it was, you'd have been chewed up by the time you got to the good trades today. That's why we don't trade the Fed. That's why we practice how to trade the megaphone. And that's why we position size so that when we get into this kind of chop, it does not blow up our accounts. So please make sure you're staying safe out there, and I will see you at the open.